Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, October 30th, 2024. Welcome to the NFL Fantasy Show presented by Uber Eats. Get game day deals all season long. It's me, your man, MG Marcus Grant, joined by Michael F. Florio and Laquan Jones. And we've accepted the idea of the family costume. I know Halloween is here. What have you figured out your costume for this year?
Yeah, I went to a party on Saturday, and we went costume shopping on Saturday morning. Bad decision. Don't do that. So me and my wife ended up going as I was a red Solo Cup and she was a pong ball.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Laquan, any ideas of what you are dressing up as, if anything?
I'm doing a deep cut where, I'm a man-eating shark, but I'm going to go find basically a swimming diving gear and be Samuel L. Jackson from Deep Blue Sea when he gets eaten by the shark.
That is a deep cut, but I look forward to seeing photos
Does
of
that go with your family? Or
Is this just like you're going rogue for this one?
No, I went rogue because there was no costumes left, so I kind of was on your boat for you.
As for me, I'll be wearing a onesie. I'm going to be Tigger. We're doing a whole Winnie the Pooh thing,
Nice.
so I'm going to be in a big tiger outfit. It looks warm. That's the best thing I got to say about it. So anyway, we got a lot to do on the show today. We're going to preview the Week 9 slate, also give you some fantasy hot takes as we always do. But let's start with some fantasy headlines. There was a lot of movement happening earlier in the week. The trades continue around the NFL. The Carolina Panthers moving on from Diontae Johnson. They just get him in the offseason. Now they ship him over to Baltimore in basically a pick swap between the Panthers and the Ravens. So, look, Florio, we all love Diontae Johnson. He's like your favorite fantasy analyst, favorite wide receiver. He is now in Baltimore. What does this mean for Johnson and the Ravens offense?
It means good things for Lamar Jackson, who gets another weapon at his disposal. He could continue to spread the ball around. I don't love it for the individual pass catchers, though, because Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman were already there, and there's talks that they might remain the top two options. Who knows? I think if you trade for Diontae Johnson, you have plans of getting him involved there. But then there's two tight ends. This is the nail in the coffin for Isaiah Likely's fantasy value, I would say. But, Mark Andrews now becomes a lot more touchdown dependent. I think you could still start him. Flowers and Diontae Johnson, I think, are probably in that wide receiver 3 or flex range until we see otherwise, because I do believe that Diontae Johnson, who gets open at a very high rate, is going to see targets. I don't think they're going to get him just to make him a backup option or something like that.
Oh, Isaiah Likely will always have week 1. On the other side of things, Laquan, what does this mean for the Carolina Panthers offense?
Well, they do lose, an alpha wide receiver out of their offense, but they still have some young talent over there. You got Xavier Legette, and then you have Jalen Coker, who's been buzzing on fantasy streets, the last 24 hours. But the only problem is that this is not a great offense that the Carolina Panthers have put together. I'm really worried about, going out there and being bullish on the Jalen Coker, who's still, trying to find his way into his offense. But he did look good with Bryce Young connecting with him, and we did get news that Bryce Young is going to be starting this week, so hopefully they can build some chemistry there. But it's going to always worry me of having any of these guys in my starting lineups, with Bryce Young at quarterback, just based on there's not really much touchdown upside. There's not much upside in the passing offense. And then, you have Chuba Hubbard, who's a productive running back and be able to get things done, but we have not seen him shine with Bryce Young back there at the starting quarterback position.
Went back and watched a lot of that game last week for the Panthers against the Broncos, and man, it's just they are struggling to get guys open. Some of it obviously has to do with the defense they were playing, but man, you just not a lot of open receivers in that passing game for Bryce Young. Speaking of quarterbacks who have been having their struggles, Anthony Richardson now going to the bench for the Indianapolis Colts. Joe Flacco named the starter for the foreseeable future. Look, Florio, I don't know if we're starting Joe Flacco, but we're super excited about the Colts wide receivers. Start them all, right? Even Alec Pierce at this point?
Not Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce still remains just very boom or bust. I think Josh Downs is the biggest winner here. I think Michael Pittman Jr. is a win. Michael Pittman Jr. has played 3 games with Joe Flacco. Double-digit fantasy points in all 3, even though one of them, a lot of the production came from Anthony Richardson before he got hurt. In 5 full games with Anthony Richardson, single digits in every single one of those games. I think Flacco is a better fit for the style of offense they are trying to play, the, be accurate and we'll pick up yardage short and slowly move our way down the field, which is not what Anthony Richardson is built for. I have a lot of thoughts on the benching of Anthony Richardson, but that is for a different time.
Yeah, it's for a different time and a different show. I know the internet was abuzz with thoughts on how this benching was going to go. Other issues in the AFC South. Over to Houston, Stephon Diggs with a torn ACL. He is going to be out for the remainder of the 2024 season. Laquan, it has not been a great fantasy year for C.J. Stroud. Now he's going to be without Stephon Diggs for the rest of the year. He's without Nico Collins for at least one more week. How much are you downgrading Stroud now?
A lot now, man. Losing Diggs was like the nail in the coffin for me for CJ Stroud to have upside every single week. I mean, look, you lost Joe Mixon early in the season. He comes back. It's great that he's back. Then you lose Nico Collins, and now you lose Stephon Diggs. I don't know if all that weight can be put on Tank Dell to make CJ Stroud back to that fantasy QB1 that we know he can be. It's just that too many nicks and dings to this offense where I don't think that he's going to go out there and light it up like we know he can. I mean, honestly, losing Stephon Diggs was heartbreaking for me because, man, wide receivers are dropping like flies, but you're taking a hit at CJ Stroud when he's most likely your best quarterback on your roster right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, part of the thing with C.J. Stroud is air yards. He was a big air yards guy last year. He was taking shots downfield, averaging about 2 fewer air yards per attempt this year versus last year. Now he's lost the two guys, at least temporarily, the two guys who were the top targets. I mean, about 50% of the targets were funneled through Collins and Diggs. Now we know no Diggs for the remainder of the season. I mean, I think he's a good player, but there's only so much he can do with the guys that he's going to be left to work with for the near future. Let's get to our Week 9 previews. Two teams on a bye. The Steelers and 49ers get the week off. So definitely some pieces, especially wide receiver, tight end, missing for a lot of fantasy managers this week. But we'll start with Thursday night preview. We mentioned C.J. Stroud. The Texans heading to MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. You can see that 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Amazon Prime. Florio, look, it has not been great for the Jets offense. They went out and they added Devontae Adams. Still hasn't really improved. Do you still believe in the combination of Adams and Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, because they're so uber talented. But I spoke about this on Fantasy Live a bit as well. I really love it for Garrett Wilson because we are now seeing him play in a role that I think is great for fantasy purposes. Because, like, just look at what the Patriots in the 2 games against them. In the first game, 83% of his snaps, Christian Gonzalez was just shadowing him. This past week when they played, 2 snaps he was on him. So we are seeing Devontae take away that defensive attention. It is allowing Garrett Wilson to move out wide and in the slot. And I think it is going to lead, maybe not as much volume, but a lot more efficiency and just better fantasy results than we were getting early in the season. And Devontae, look, I think you have to practice patience here, right? I know he knows the quarterback, but it is a new offense. It is a new team, all of that. The more games that they get to play together, the more I think we will see him look like Devontae Adams.
I just have this feeling, and this is no stats, all vibes, that this is going to be a Devontae Adams game. That, last week you had Aaron Rodgers out here talking to, like, I don't know, channeling Bane, like, I've been in the darkness, you've just adopted it or whatever. This just feels like a game where he just tries to force feed Devontae like 15 targets, and then if they win, he's going to say something snarky after the game. I have no actual.
I was born in dark.
I have no stats to back this up. It's just a feeling I have about the Jets this week. Laquan, Rams at the Seahawks. A big game for both these teams. Everybody in the NFC West sitting on 4 losses right now, so it's still incredibly wide open. But the Rams look like they're getting hot at the right time. I'm going to ask you about running backs though. Which of the 2 KWs do you want this week? Kyren Williams or Kenneth Walker? Try to be objective, please, sir.
I will not. We're going Kyren Williams, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This dude only knows the end zone, man. 8 touchdowns so far this season. I understand that, KW on the other side, Kenneth Walker has been productive, but they cannot figure out if they want to run the ball or throw the ball. It's back and forth, man. But I love watching this Seahawks offense fall apart. It's like watching a very good show for the first time, like The Office. They're snip, snap, back and forth if they want to run the ball or not, if they want to use him. So therefore, I'm going to go with what's been consistent in this run game, and it's been Kyren Williams finding the end zone, being involved, sprinkled in the passing game as well, and this Rams offense is near good health. We are the most dangerous team out the West, and we already know how Matthew Stafford is going to go out there and put some in the end zone as well.
I thought you said you're watching a good TV show. I thought you were going to say one that fell apart. So I thought you were going to talk like, Dexter was great at the start. And by the end, we were all like, okay,
it's like, I love watching them fall apart. It's like watching your favorite, TV show. For the first
got it.
time.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's so entertaining.
All right. I see how you're going there. All right. Lions at the Packers, another big divisional matchup. This one in the NFC North. Looking more and more like Jordan Love's not going to be available for this one. It was Malik Willis taking the QB1 snaps on Wednesday. So, Florio, can you start a Packers receiver without Jordan Love on the field?
I don't think so. Not ideally, at least. Maybe if you're in a pinch or something like that, which the timing couldn't be worse because this is a fantastic matchup for the Packers receivers. Lions struggle against slot receivers. That's where Jaden Reed operates. They play a lot of man. Romeo Doubs has been their man coverage beater this year. But Malik Willis in he started 2 starts. 1 touchdown pass in each, 122 yards in one, 202 in the other. There's 4 wide receivers and a tight end vying for targets. So just not enough production to go around. And I can't tell you with any sort of confidence, like, this is the guy they're going to go to. If you have to start him, Reed is my favorite, followed by Doubs this week, but yeah, I don't love him.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to make Romeo Doubs a sleeper and put him in the column this week, and I couldn't really figure out a good argument for it because there's just so much inconsistency there, especially if it's not Jordan Love on. It's hard enough with Jordan Love on the field to figure it out. Without Jordan Love, it feels nearly impossible to try to decipher. Dolphins at the Bills. I should have let Florio talk about this one since I let you talk about the Rams. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to switch it up and I'm going to change this anyway. So Dolphins at the Bills. Florio, you have said repeatedly on this show that how the secondary is the strongest part of this Bills defense. It's hard to throw on them. Tua is back. We were super excited about what that means, but it didn't really mean a lot for Jalen Waddle. How much do you need to see something from Waddle this week if you want to keep starting him?
I think you really need to see something out of him. And when they played in week 2, and remember, I know Tua, that's the game where Tua got hurt, but that happened late in the game. He had 4 targets, 4 catches, 41 yards. And you look at his game log. Week 1 was lovely. 109 yards, 5 catches, all that. He has fewer than 50 yards in every game since week 1. He has 3 games all year with more than 5 targets. Like, Waddle is not a must-start option. He is far from that. In fact, I think he's more like a wide receiver 3 flex. We know the upside that he brings every week. That is what's keeping him in play because nothing he has done from week 2 on would make you want to start this guy in this matchup.
I mean, I keep saying we like the idea of Tua in fantasy more than the reality of Tua, and I think you're starting to see that spread itself around. Tyreek Hill, we're still okay with. Jalen Waddle needs to actually, I think, perform before we can start to trust him again. All right.
Bench row.
Bench row. There it is. Cowboys at Falcons. Laquan, can we actually keep starting Dak Prescott at this point?
No, I wouldn't be looking to start him this week. If I can get away from him, I would. And it's honestly looking at this whole offense as a whole for the Cowboys. They don't really have a run game to support this offense to take the pressure off of Dak to go out there and try to play hero ball. I mean, honestly, this Falcons defense, they haven't been really, allowing much fantasy points to the quarterbacks to this position. Only Hurts and Baker were able to put up 20-plus fantasy points. And a lot of that was supported by having a strong run game. This Cowboys offense is ranked dead last when it comes to rushing yards per game. They're not on the positive side of having a productive offense. And this Falcons defense, they're pretty scary, every other week. But I feel like this may be the game that you want to sit Dak Prescott just based on the lack of production of this Cowboys offense.
I mean, here's the Cowboys offense right now. It's short run to Dalvin Cook or Rico Dowdle. Throw to CeeDee Lamb, maybe convert the first down or not, and then punt. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's throw to CeeDee Lamb, throw to CeeDee Lamb, maybe throw to someone else. But that's kind of the whole Cowboy offense, really, at this point. Time for Is It In You, fueled by Gatorade, where we look at guys that have some sleeper vibes for them this week. Who are you liking as a sleeper, Laquan?
I'm going to Denver with Devon Vele. He's a huge sleeper for me this week, just based on the Ravens defense. They allowed the highest pass EPA to wide receivers lined up in the slot, and that's primarily where Vele plays. And look, their Ravens defense are allowing a lot of completion percentage, TDs, and yards per attempt when it comes to wide receivers in the slot. And look, he's come along as Bo Nix's most reliable target. I mean, Josh Reynolds on IR now, so he steps up as a guy that could potentially play a huge role in this game because we know you could pass on the Ravens Ravens defense. They have allowed the most completions of 20-plus yards as well, and he's creating a lot of separation at a high rate, and Bo Nix is completing 80% of his passes towards him, so he's giving off huge sleeper vibes this week.
All right, so Devon Vele, get to know that name, not one we've said a whole lot this year. Who's your sleeper this week, Florio?
I like Bo Nix, who I'm not sure if he even. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the next question. I like Xavier Legette in this one, who is a sleeper. And I know we touched on the Panthers a little bit, but no Deontay Johnson there anymore. Someone is going to have to catch the ball, and I think their first round wide receiver is one that not only is their best pass catcher and who should step up, but I believe the Panthers have incentive to try to prioritize and get him the ball as much as possible. So while he is not someone that I think you need to like plug into your lineups with confidence or anything like that, he is someone that I want on my roster because he brings upside the rest of the way. And look, I always love watching a young quarterback and wide receiver kind of build chemistry together. I'm hopeful that could happen in Carolina with Bryce Young and Legette.
Certainly hope so. I also kind of like Jalen Coker as a deep sleeper this week for the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, I like Derek Carr with some sleeper vibes this week. He is expected to be back for the New Orleans Saints after missing a couple of weeks with an oblique injury. Couldn't come at a better time for the Saints. They have been struggling offensively since those first 2 weeks of the year. They have had 10 points or fewer in back-to-back games. They've had fewer than 14 points several times over the last 6 weeks or so. Look, Derek Carr, not necessarily a guy who's going to light it up in terms of overall passing yardage, but should be able to get in the end zone a few times against a Carolina defense that started bad, has been bad all year long. These teams played earlier in the season, and Carr had over 20 fantasy points in that one through 3 touchdowns. I think he can do something similar again this week. All right, we still have a few more games to get through, plus some hot starts and some hot takes as well. That's coming up after the break here on the NFL Fantasy Football Show. Time for hot starts presented by Uber Eats. These are the guys that we think are going to eat this weekend. And who you like this week, Laquan?
The arrow's pointing up for Ladd McConkey, man. I love the adjustments that the Chargers made out of the bye because, honestly, the pass increase game to game has been wonderful, man. They went from the first 4 games of averaging 22 pass attempts per game. Coming out of the bye, they're up to 35 pass attempts per game, which is making Ladd McConkey be a valuable wide receiver 1 in this offense, man. He's been a top 5 wide receiver in fantasy in points per game with 15 points per game. And the Browns right now, they're allowing the top 5 defensive points per game to wide receivers. To wide receivers lined up outside and in the slot, there's a lot of mismatch opportunities for Ladd McConkey this week against this Browns defense.
Do love Ladd McConkey, and great to see him getting that post-bye rookie bump that you see for a lot of players. So, Florio, you sort of let slip who you're going with hot starts this year, but I'll let you explain yourself at this point.
It is Bo Nix, and look, I'll copy from you and Rank. Sign me up as a Bo Lever here because what he does with his legs, one, separates him from a lot of other quarterbacks in fantasies. He is 4 rushing touchdowns this season, 5 games with at least 25 or more rushing touchdowns, which is a free 100 passing yards right there. He also has some games with like over 60 rushing yards, so the ceiling is very high. Coming off his best game as a passer with 284 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now he gets the Ravens, who have allowed the most passing yards and touchdowns, 3rd most fantasy points per game to quarterbacks. I would play him over a number of big-name quarterbacks this week, like Jared Goff being one of them.
Bo Nix, 1 more passing touchdown than Jaden Daniels has so far this season. Yeah, I mean,
1 less Hail Mary, though.
1 less Hail Mary. That's true. That's absolutely fair. For me, I'm going to go with Josh Downs. And look, we like Josh Downs anyway. He's sort of been the Colts receiver you could count on regardless of who's at quarterback. But now we get a quarterback upgrade with Joe Flacco taking over for Anthony Richardson. And so that's even more reason to be excited about Josh Downs. We have seen a heavy target share for him over the last few weeks. And the routes he tends to run, 60% of his routes are within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. It is those short and intermediate routes that have really killed the Vikings this year. I mean, Brian Flores' defense has done a great job of putting pressure on quarterbacks. They're also giving up a lot of yards and catches to wide receivers. And this feels like with Joe Flacco standing back there and throwing darts that Josh Downs is ready to really take off. Look, I know we like Michael Pittman. Florio said pretty much everybody except Alec Pierce. But Josh Downs, I think a name that should be in a lot of lineups coming up this week. Back to some more games on the Week 9 slate. Broncos at the Ravens. And so you heard Florio talk about Bo Nix as a start. For you, Laquan, what has to happen for you to put Bo Nix in a lineup this week?
I just love everything since he's going back and forth with Sean Payton. He's been playing great ball, 18 fantasy points per game, but a lot of success has come from that O-line being one of the best in the NFL. I mean, there's been a couple games where they've had some clean sheets of where he's not getting sacked, and he's able to moonwalk out of that pocket, and there's rushing upside there. So more so, you're looking at this Ravens defense, they don't have a lot of pressures. They're bottom of the table, so I don't really have any worries of Bo Nix getting off of his game. I expect him to keep playing good football, keep getting out of the pocket and getting some fantasy points for a lot of fantasy managers this week.
Colts and the Vikings. We've talked about Anthony Richardson. We've talked about Josh Downs. Let's look at the other side of things, Florio. TJ Hawkinson trying to get back and play. He's missed all of this season after recovering from an ACL tear. Was close last week, couldn't quite get on the field. If TJ Hawkinson plays, are you confident enough to start him this week?
Me personally, no. But before I go into Hawkinson, you mentioned Josh Downs. His quote was that he was asked if he played with Richardson again. He said, "At the end of the day, Joe's like 40 years old." Made me crack up. TJ Hawkinson, I wouldn't, because he's only literally yesterday, Tuesday the 29th, was 9 months removed from when he had the ACL surgery. And we always hear that 9 months is the mark where players can really start letting loose and like getting back to it again. So I'm always questioning, like, is it going to be rust? Is he going to be on a snap count? Will it take him a little bit of time to get fully reacclimated? It's a new quarterback, all of that. You've gone 8 weeks without him already. What's one more? Like, my approach with this is to practice patience, but I know we are not on the same page.
We're not. I'm like, YOLO, let's go.
Yeah,
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. We're starting TJ Hawkinson this week. I mean, look, I think everything you said actually has some merit to it. I just feel like, let's get him in there. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Let's
for
go.
it. That's it. Monday Night Football, Bucks at the Chiefs. Laquan, can you finally start Patrick Mahomes?
Yes, we can, man, especially with the matchup. This is going to be a blow-up game for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, honestly, having the support from DeAndre Hopkins is going to help as well. But quarterbacks this season have been having fantasy season highs against this Bucks defense. I mean, you look at Kirk Cousins, blow-up game, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, all season high fantasy performance from these guys. And I think Patrick Mahomes fits that bill to be one of those guys this week to go up there and put up some points.
Yeah, we didn't really see much from DeAndre Hopkins last week, but Mahomes still did enough to put up his first 19-point fantasy game in a while. So, like, it seems like things are happening. Things are coming around. The matchup is really good for Mahomes this week, so we can get excited about it. I have a roster with Geno Smith and Mahomes. I've been riding Geno. I'm gonna make the switch this week.
I have the same situation, and I'm doing the same thing.
Let's do it.
There you go. We will have more of the Week 9 previews on Fantasy Extra on NFL Plus, so be sure to check that out. In the meantime, as we get close to the end of the show, it is time for Hot Takes presented by Frank's Red Hot. Laquan, get spicy on us, will you?
Oh, we're going hot, man. I'm going to Jacksonville. Duval for Parker Washington having a top 15 wide receiver performance in his second career start because he's going to be fitting the bill, fitting the part as a plug-and-play slot wide receiver with Christian Kirk basically shut down for the season. The Eagles, man, they're allowing the eighth most fantasy points per game to wide receivers, and they've allowed 8 touchdowns to the slot wide receiver position. So I'm going to go out there and put in Parker Washington to have a big blow-up game this season.
That is red hot. Top 15 finish is red hot.
Yes, let's go.
All right, Florio, get spicy.
I mean, that's a hard one.
I mean,
to
that's
follow.
that's the topper, really, for sure.
Let's go.
I think Calvin Ridley runs wild this week and in the second half of the season, starting with this week against the New England Patriots. You saw what he did last week, but don't overlook the fact that in the 2 games prior to that, he had 8 and 9 targets. So 8, 9, 15 targets in his last 3 games combined. The Patriots are in the top 10 in fantasy points per game allowed to wide receivers. They've allowed the 3rd most yards on deep passes, and we know Ridley could win downfield. But it's not just this week I'm excited for. He has the best wide receiver schedule the rest of the season with games against the Vikings, the Commanders once, the Jaguars twice, the Bengals, the Colts. Like, He could make up for his slow first half with a huge second half. I
All I
think.
said is he needed first quarter targets. He got them, and he
He
prospered.
complained and he got it.
You got it, right? For me, we talked about Patrick Mahomes finally being a start. I'm telling you that Patrick Mahomes this week is going to have his first 20-point fantasy game since last Thanksgiving. It's been that long for him. I mentioned the 19 points he had last week against the Raiders. Now has maybe an even better matchup against the Bucs secondary that has been torched all season long. Maybe this is the week we see DeAndre Hopkins fully integrated. You talk about post-bye rookie bumps. They're figuring out how to get Xavier Worthy more involved in this offense as well. Patrick Mahomes, he's playing good football. It just hasn't translated into good fantasy football. I think this is the week you see it finally look more like the Patrick Mahomes you probably spent an early round pick on. So there it is. Those are the hot takes presented by Frank's Red Hot. And in the meantime, for us, that is it. We are done. We appreciate you hanging out with the NFL Fantasy Football Show presented by Uber Eats. You know the drill. Tell two friends to tell two friends. Rate, review, and remember, all the candy corn that was ever made was made in 1911. Be safe, take care of yourselves, enjoy Halloween, everybody, and we will talk to you again tomorrow.